Hello, hello. We should now be live. We'll see. Yeah, refresh this. Should now be live. Nice. There we go. Let's check this real quick. Make sure that I will be able to see chat. Okay, change that to live chat. Alright, so this is just going to be like a really casual live stream. I don't know. We'll see what direction this is going to go. If people show up, I can do like prompting help, answering questions about helping people generate prompts. If not, I'm just going to work through another chapter of my own book with ChatGPT. Might mess around with the OpenAI playground, trying to make my own AI assistant to help write books. I don't know if that's going to be tonight or tomorrow. I'm also not sure if you need like some special developer thing unlocked for that. I don't know. So I scheduled this one, so hopefully somebody shows up. But I realize it's kind of like a weird time, 10 p.m. Eastern on a Tuesday, so I might try streaming like more during the day tomorrow too, because I got the house to myself tomorrow, so we can try that. But yeah, if anybody shows up and has questions, we can go through some prompt stuff. But I guess for now, I'm gonna do just my own thing, I guess. So we can jump to the ChatGPT. We got this window. We got this window. So if I want to like do a close-up of a prompt, I can do this so that you can actually read my text that I type in here. So that'll be real fancy if I'm giving example prompts and stuff like that. I guess we'll just like start off with this one. I wish there was like an easy way to see if anybody was viewing, but I don't think there really is unless somebody hops in the chat. So I'm just going to start writing this, and then if somebody wants to ask any questions about prompting or anything like that, we can stop and hop on over to that. Let me see. Okay, so I got, where are we? So this here is bloop, chapter 3 I did. So this is like about 1,000 words that I wrote yesterday. So we're going to start chapter 4 here. So we'll go back to our outline. Okay, so in this chapter, he's receiving the letter from a gathering of adventurers on the surface to get him to come join them. So we're going to do 1 or 2 prompts involving receiving the letter. And he's going to like share the news with his friends. And then we had this purple thing about why they disapprove of him being a sailor. So we're going to pop that down into chapter 4. And then what else? That's pretty much it for this chapter. It's just like some conflict about people disapproving of his life choices and stuff. Okay, so we'll start with this. Well, this is awkward because I almost need like 3 screens to stream. 2 is not enough. So we're gonna get my starting a new chapter prompt, which is this one. Yoink. Okay. Now we can do this to show kind of like a close-up here. That's the end of chapter 3. Now let's begin the next chapter, chapter 4. This chapter... this chapter, let's start with letter inviting Hermie to a gathering of adventurers from the surface, which is detailed and intriguing. Okay, what details do we want to throw in there? We want to say okay, we can start off just describing the letter, I guess. I bet it's going to try and fit more stuff in than I want it to, though, but we can do this. So we'll take this. This section should only Hermie receiving of the letter. Describe who brings the letter to him and how he receives it. Describe the letter's appearance. So I can do this so it's easier to see. Appearance, which is an ornate wax sealed envelope that immediately piques his curiosity. Inside, after he opens it, the letter is handwritten script signed with an unfamiliar but impressive name. What was that name? I'm going to use the captain's name, I guess. Should forget who it was. Captain Adelaine. We'll do that. Captain Adelaine can be who sent the letter. Okay. Okay. This letter should be only to go over Hermie receiving the letter and his initial impressions of what it looks like. Remember, we're working through this one plot point at a time. Don't skip ahead. Only focus on describing initially receiving the letter. Okay, so that will cover this and this. Where did it say who signed the letter? Oh, unfamiliar but impressive name. Okay. Let's run this now and see where it goes. Okay, let's see. That's the end of chapter 3. Begin chapter 4. Yada yada yada. Let's go. Okay, chapter 4, the invitation. Hermie's day in the mine is much like other. I need to probably make this less monotonous at some point. The first 3 chapters are just like boring days in the mines. Okay. Figure approached him, a fellow dwarf, clad in mining gear, held out the envelope. Okay, broke open the seal. Okay, so I'm gonna have to like edit this one because it's moving ahead to say what is in the letter, which I didn't want it to do just yet. But that's fine. For a moment, he allowed himself to imagine what it'd be like to attend such an event. So we'll take this. It looks like it's going to need some heavy editing later on, but that's fine. Bloop. Okay, so we will plop that in here. Chapter 4, the invitation. Okay, so he has received the letter. What's next? Okay, now we describe what's in the letter. Okay, so we'll take all of this. That's fine. Okay, so we want to actually start with this kind of a prompt here. Throw this in there. Okay, that's the description part. Main point of this section is to discuss the contents of the letter in greater detail. Da-da-da. I should probably like test the chat to make sure it's working, huh? Test. I see it. Okay, great. That is working. Let's see. Bloop. It says 2 people are watching. I wonder if one of them is me. But if anyone is there and you have questions about like ChatGPT prompting or any NaNoWriMo stuff, feel free to jump in at any time. I'm just kind of working through this until anybody has a question. Okay, so we now want to put all this stuff in here. Okay. Bloop. Oh, why did that not copyright? Copy. Working. There we go. Okay. Here is what is in the letter. It mentions a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Gathering is a meeting with individuals from a diverse background or a chance to explore the world, ancient maps, uncharted lands, forging new alliances and friendships. There's a mysterious map enclosed with the letter. Okay, that seems like plenty for this section. Very important you don't skip ahead. Only focus on describing the contents of the letter. Go. Okay. We're going to copy and paste this. And we're going to say, first of all, I'm going to say edit out redundancy between above and below section 3 contents of the letter. And I'm going to paste that there. Hermes' fingers traced the elegant script on the parchment. Okay. Pretty much what I asked for. Okay, next. Bloop. Okay, is there anything in this first section? That's fine. Promises escape of the mind. I guess it's like not explicitly telling him it'll fulfill his dreams, but close enough. We're going to do the major setback part next. Okay, now we're going to do this purple part that I left out of chapter 3 and wanted to put into this section. So we will take this again, continue writing the chapter prompt, delete this guy out. Point of this section is to discuss Hermes sharing the letter, sharing the news about the letter with his friends, co-workers, and their reaction. Okay. Hermes faces a major setback. His friends disapprove and discourage him following the invitation. Hermes, Okay, we can just literally paste this whole part in here. He faces major setback when his friends discourage him. His fellow dwarves disapprove of his desire to become a sailor for the following reasons: tradition, practicality, expectations, fear of the unknown. Is that enough for right now? Probably. Let's see. Include this at the end. Internal conflict about how he feels after getting this news from people. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to split this into two because all this stuff I think could be a prompt by itself. So we'll wait to do that. Okay, what do we got here? Faces a setback, yada yada yada. Okay, once this section only focus on describing the friends, co-workers, and their reasons for disapproval. Okay, we'll see how that goes. Reginald Perry, good night, sir. Started watching your YouTube channel. I really enjoy watching you. Is there a way that I could talk with you personally? I want to start my own publishing company. I mean, you could email me, but I'm not really, I don't know what your reason is. Discuss the opportunity. I don't know if I want to like work with other publishing companies. You can email me. I guess it's on my website. If you go to dustinyork.com, I think it has there's either a contact form you can use there, or you can use the email that's listed. I forget how it's set up, but yeah, if you want to email me about that, feel free. But I've been pretty much self-publishing, so yeah, I don't know. That sounds interesting. I feel like it'd be hard to start a publishing company though, but good luck with that. Yeah, no worries. I'll definitely consider it if you want to shoot me an email. Where am I at here? Okay, this should be good to go. We'll do that. Ooh, ChatGPT just added dialogue from somebody who's dead. That's not good. I'm gonna have to make a note to edit that out. Apparently it's lost track of a death that was just in the last chapter already. Oh, how's your night going though, Reginald? And whereabouts are you in the world? I'm always curious, like what country different people are from. Okay, what do we got here? Letter and map clutched in his hand. He told his coworkers. Tradition, stability. Come from a long line of miners. Your family expects you to carry on that tradition. Clover Ussie from North Korea. Ooh. How are you getting through the firewall from up there? You're located in Knightdale, North Carolina. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so let's copy this. Let's definitely add a note during editing here. Make sure to remove, what's his name, Bori, from this section below, as he is now dead. I'm gonna highlight that in red for future reference. Great. Didn't get your email. So the website is dustinyork.com, just like my name, the same as my channel. And then there should be a contact form on there that you can use to contact me if you want. Let's see. Okay. So now, I did all this part. Now I want to finish this chapter with his friend ripping up the letter. So we will go like this, continue writing. Finish with, what's the guy's name? Durin. Eventually I'll learn the characters in my own book. I'm as new to this as everybody else is. Ripping up the letter. Okay, we can remove. Oh, actually I want that. Okay. Okay. Put this in here. Collecting the ripped up letter. Okay, so that is done. Let's see. This major setback serves as a turning point in the story, highlighting the depths of Hermes' desire for change and the significant opposition he faces within the dwarven mining community. Intensifies readers' empathy. Okay. And the last one is this. Hopefully it doesn't like explicitly mention this stuff, but do that. Okay. This section will be the end of chapter 4. Okay. Double check that is everything. That everything above here should now be green, except this gem thing that I'm going to insert later in the story. Okay. Yeah, that's it for chapter 4. So let's run this prompt here. We'll see what we get. That's a lot to fit in, actually. Crispin Brown, what's up? Hey, we got several people here that I recognize now. How's it going? And where are you from, country-wise and stuff? I've been asking everybody that. I'm just curious. We got one guy from North Carolina, one supposedly from North Korea. So that's cool. Okay, what do we got here? Hope for understanding and support from his closest friend was met with a reaction he didn't expect. Got angry, ripped up the letter. Okay. I feel like at this point, he's gonna have to go back to his bed for a while. There is some stuff from like chapter 1. I feel like I can get rid of chapter 1 and put it in this part of the story instead. Ethereal Jellyfish, hello. Can you talk a bit about publishing on Amazon using AI generated images? Some people say it's okay. Some say it got their account terminated. Hello, Jellyfish. Let me just finish this up. I just want to count how many words this is, and then I will address that. Okay, so there's 2,000 words done in, well, we've been streaming for 25 minutes, probably like 20 minutes worth of work. So in total now, if I only count the version 2 of chapter 1, we have got 9,545 words of our story done. That's cool. Okay, so let's see. Well, oh, that's my giant face. Okay. AI generated images I don't know about specifically. I know when you go to upload your book into KDP, I wonder if I can show that or if it's got too much like personal information when you upload a book. I don't know. But there's a thing that says AI generated content, and you can say if it's like primarily written by AI or just like a little bit. That's for the actual writing. I don't know about images. I'd have to search for it. I don't have a clear answer, but I feel like it would be okay. If you wanted to make like a coloring book or something with DALL-E 3 images, I think that would be fine, because I'm not sure how they would recognize that. I would probably go ahead with that and experiment, but maybe Google and see. I'm curious if it was like the AI generated images that got their account terminated, or if it's because they were spamming a whole bunch of low quality books. I don't know. Let's see if I can find anything about that. Let's Google myself real quick. AI generated images. So on KDP. AI generated images include cover and interior work. You are not required to disclose AI assisted content. Distinguish between AI generated and AI assisted content as follows. AI generated, defined as AI generated content such as text, images, or translations. Now, I think doing a cover with AI generated image would definitely be fine. I'm actually planning to probably use a DALL-E 3 image for for this book that I'm writing right now. So I think it'll be fine. I think you just have to disclose it, and it's pretty much voluntary, so I think it's fine. But yeah, thanks for the question. Okay, Reginald just emailed me. Thank you. I will look at that probably tomorrow morning, because as soon as I'm done streaming, I'm going to go to bed, but I'll check that out in the morning. So, I don't know what you guys want me to do. I can write another chapter of my own novel, or if you have some prompts that you want help with. Somebody in the comments asked about a sports novel and how you would like prompt for that. I gave them a little description, but if you want to go over something like that, I can do an example on screen for you right now, or any other questions about NaNoWriMo writing. Yeah, sounds good. Good luck with your publishing business either way. That should be interesting. I actually applied for a job at one place that was looking for authors to do AI generated books, but they were offering way too low of a rate. So I got like an acceptance message, and that I just never bothered replying to them. Oh, it's tough though, because if you publish your own books, unless you're really good at advertising and marketing, I think it's hard to break through. I spent a little bit of money on one of my books, and I made slightly more than I spent on Amazon ads, but it wasn't great. I think actually, it was one of the books did pretty good. I think I spent maybe like $20 or $50, and I got like $100 in sales. But the other ones just kind of broke even, so I don't know. It's tough. Let's see. We got here. Two concurrent viewers. Cool. I don't know if that's accurate. Seems like there's a delay, but I don't know. But yeah. If nobody has questions, I might jump back into writing another chapter. I'm trying to do the live streams too, because I want to hit the 4,000 watch hours that I need to get my channel monetized, and I'm at like 1,500 right now, not even halfway there. So I think live stream should help with just getting the watch time, because I hit the 1,000 subscribers that I need. Now I gotta get the actual watch time up. And what else? I'm planning to do a couple videos on different AI tools. One of them is like, you can take Dolly 3 images and you can have your face swapped into them. That'll be pretty interesting. And then if you guys saw the music covers that I was doing, I'm gonna do like a tutorial on how you can use that to generate your own AI voice of yourself and do either speaking for videos or podcasts, or you can use it for singing cover songs. But yeah, that's about it. What else? Actually, there's more stuff. I have like a whole bunch of video ideas and haven't had time to do them yet. So I got the putting your face into AI art, the music one. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do the AI assistant in the new playground. Let me actually look real quick and see. Maybe I can do that right now. I don't know if I need to like apply to become a developer or how that works. Let's see, where is that? Open AI API playground. I have to sign up to put my like financial information and stuff into that, I think, too, because it takes actual money for each prompt that you do. Doesn't seem to be loading. I don't know what the deal with that is. So I guess it's just overwhelmed today, probably with the big news yesterday, the big dev day thing. Try and refresh that one more time, and if that doesn't work, I'll just go back to writing more story. Or I could like edit a story right now. Maybe I should edit chapter 1 of my story. That'd be good too. Let's see here. Let me like think about, is this going to be a hard or easy chapter to do next? Okay, so he's got to like sneak out of the mine in the next chapter here. Okay, so this chapter is just leaving the mine. And the chapter after that is like going to this adventure place where he's going to meet up with everybody. Let's try editing the first chapter, I think. I tried to use ChatGPT to do developmental editing, and I looked up other people to see how they were doing it. It doesn't sound like ChatGPT can really do the actual plot editing. It does grammar kind of stuff, like Grammarly, just spelling and looking for typos and stuff. But as far as improving your story, that kind of editing, I don't know if it works the best. Okay, so let's make this larger maybe. Get rid of this. Why is that not? Okay, well, this one. Okay. That's about as big as we can get it. Oh, screwed it up. Here's my face. We can do that. Over here. Okay. Can I like zoom in a little bit? Okay. Now I need to move that again. Ugh. It got all cut off. Okay. Let's not zoom in. Okay. That looks good. Okay. So I have this first version of chapter 1 that I generated, and then I have this second one. So I want to kind of like combine those. So let's take like this paragraph and this paragraph. Because I like this more. Heart of the towering dwarven mountain, where the world seemed a distant dream. Hermes' day began as it always did. This small, dimly lit stone chamber. Deep within the tunnel. Da, da, da. there. Okay, this is going to be the hardest chapter because I'm like picking and choosing different parts. Okay, I definitely don't want the bell anymore. Bell. Let's see how that starts. Might be able to just remove all of this. I think I will take this and put it somewhere in here. Okay, I don't want this gem part. That's the whole reason that I regenerated it, so that's gone. Don't want that, don't want that. Okay. So this is now our chapter 1. In the heart of the towering dwarven mountain. Why is it saying that spelled wrong? It's fine. The world seemed a distant dream. Hermes' day began as it always did. Small, dimly lit stone chamber, carved deep in the labyrinthine. I don't like this word. I guess we're gonna leave it though, because if I change it to labyrinth, it's not gonna work right. Lay enveloped in eternal darkness. It was a space just long enough for him to stretch his stout, muscular frame, but barely wide enough for his stocky shoulders. Air was thick with the earthy scent of damp stone and lingering aroma of. I don't know if I like that lingering aroma of yesterday's stew. Why would that still smell in his bedroom? We'll just take that out. The room was a testament to the dwarves' craftsmanship and their ability to make even the most mundane spacious functional, but for Hermie it was a prison of routine, a place that echoed with the monotony of his daily life. Chamber walls, smooth and cool to the touch, were adorned with the shelves of neatly stacked books, worn leather-bound volumes filled with tales of adventure of the surface world. Well as letters we had received from pen pals. What's like a medieval word for pen pals? I don't know. We're just going to stick with pen pals for now. Across the realm. Shelves reached up to a low ceiling, adorned with bioluminescent crystals that cast a faint bluish glow across the room. Soft light barely penetrated the corners, leaving the shadows to linger where the light did not reach. Scent of damp earth. Didn't I say earthy scent up there already? So we'll take that out because that's kind of redundant. Scent of damp earth and minerals hung in the air, a constant reminder of their subterranean existence. The air was thick with humidity, beasts of moisture glistening on the walls, and the cool chill permeated the room. Distant echoes of pickaxes striking stone and muffled voices resonated through the walls, signaling the start of another day of toil. Hermes' stout figure was dwarf. Ugh. I feel like you shouldn't use the word dwarf to describe dwarfs. It's like too redundant. Wait, I thought the room was like barely big enough for him to move in. So this doesn't make sense. He wouldn't be dwarfed by the room's proportions. Because there's barely, it says up here he barely has enough room to move in it. So we gotta delete that. Rose from his makeshift bed, a simple cot of woven moss, sturdy stone slabs. Bedding was coarse and uncomfortable, a testament to the dwarves' resilience in the face of hardship. This is awkward. I don't feel like that's true. We'll just remove that. Bloop. Faint rumbling like distant thunder vibrated the stone floor. It was not an alarm clock, but rather it was. Okay, we don't have to say it's not an alarm clock because it kind of is functioning like an alarm clock. It was the signal for the miners. Wake. Another day of work in the mines. Rhythmic pounding of a massive drum deep within the mines reverberated through the tunnels, a call to duty that echoed throughout the dwarven city. With a groan and stretch that sent his long, dark red hair cascading over his shoulders, Hermie fought the urge to remain in the warmth of his bed. I don't like this description, but I gotta think about what I want to change it, because that doesn't sound very comfortable. But if he wants to stay in his warm bed, I feel like it's got to be more than moss and stone. Braided beard, a symbol of his heritage and maturity. He's not that mature. He's like 30 years old, which is like a teenager in dwarf years, right? Hung down to his chest, he absently twirled the ends between his fingers, swung his sturdy legs over the edge of the cot. I don't like it being a cot. It should be a bed. So it should be something more permanent. His shabby pajamas, faded shade of blue with patches that had seen better days, clinging to his stocky frame. I feel like we called him stocky too many times. Gotta find a synonym for that. Stretched his arms above his head, yawning as he did so, and the joints in his fingers cracked from long disuse. Itself was stark and utilitarian, its walls carved from the very stone of the mountain, rough-hewn shelves. So this part needs to go with this part. Okay, that can go there. His uniform can be not on that shelf. Okay. Room remained dimly lit. And Hermie knew it was time to face another day of labor. He glanced at the small basin of water on a nearby shelf. Oh, I feel like they should have an actual bathroom, not just a basin of water in his bedroom, but I don't know. I guess that's fine. Now we'll just take this whole paragraph out. Do I want to take this out or make it just like less explicit? Yeah, that's fine. We can leave it for this chapter. Okay. With a deep breath, he tore himself away from the allure of his bed. Said about it doesn't have to be a ritual. Said about getting dressed for another day. In the mines, his mining gear, symbol of his role in the dwarven community, awaited him in the corner of the room. First, he reached for sturdy leather trousers that hung from a peg on the wall. They were made from the hide of subterranean creatures, dark and weathered, yet supple enough to allow for flexibility during hours of hard labor. What creatures are those going to be? I don't know. I feel like maybe they should specify that. I don't know. Trousers were worn and frayed at the edges, evidence of countless days spent in the unforgiving tunnels. Hermie stepped into the one leg at a time. This is a lot of trouser talk. I don't know. Guess I'll just like edit out the explicitly bad stuff and then come back. Matching leather tunic. I guess also it's like a fantasy book that's supposed to be 100,000 words long, so maybe people that read fantasy like this level of detail. I'm not sure. Okay. Tunic, weathered and adorned with patches of reinforced material in the elbows and shoulders. Broad shoulders full of the tunic, and he fastened it with leather straps, cinching it securely around his waist. Keenly fastened with a leather belt. Keenly aware of the weight of tradition that rested on his shoulders. Countless generations of dwarven miners. Maybe that's too explicit, I don't know. I guess I'll leave that for now. Helmet, prized possession of a dwarf for his rank, awaited him on a wooden stand nearby. Crafted from sturdy iron and leather designed to withstand the rigors of the mines, affixed to the front of the helmet was a metal frame that held a glass lantern. Lantern, a vital tool for navigating the labyrinth. Let's just cut that labyrinth up this time. Emitted a steady glow. Was designed to emit a steady glow that pierced the darkness like, not like a beacon of hope. Carefully picked up the helmet and placed it on his head, secured the straps beneath his chin. The weight of the lantern and the helmet settled comfortably on his brow, a constant companion in the depths of the earth. He could feel the lantern's gentle warmth against his forehead, a reminder that the light could be found even in the darkest places. That's kind of cringe. Also, he hasn't lit the lantern yet. Before he could set out for his shift, there was a more crucial task to attend to. The lantern required fuel to maintain a steady flame. Torther was essential for any miner. Retrieved a small flask of oil from his wooden shelf. Its contents shimmering like liquid gold in the dim light. Practiced precision, he opened the lantern's fuel chamber and poured the oil into it, being careful not to spill a drop. The lantern's glass panes magnified the flame, casting a soft amber glow across the room as he lit it with a flint and steel. Lantern's flame flickered to life. Hermie knew he was one step closer to facing another day of labor in the mines, of getting dressed and donning the symbols of his people's resilience. Ugh. We can take this out. I don't like that. We don't need that. Okay, with the lantern's flame casting a steady glow around him, Hermie made his way from his stone chamber to the communal kitchen and dining area. To say to his kitchen and dining area, because it's not communal. I want it to just be him and his uncle. His boots echoing softly on the smooth floor, the smell of freshly baked bread, the aroma of aged cheese, and an earthy scent of underground mushrooms greeted him as he entered the room. Dining area was simply a cozy space carved into living rock, much like the rest of the dwarven city. Long wooden tables. I thought I made these stone. Granite table at the center of the room, sturdy and unadorned, bearing the marks of countless breakfasts and conversations. Settled onto a hard stone stool with a sigh, the rough texture of granite beneath him, constant reminder of the world that he inhabited. Meal was already laid out before him: a loaf of crusty bread, a wheel of hard cheese, and a pewter tankard filled with cool, clear water. I wonder if I should not necessarily mention those. I don't know. It's fine. Across from him sat Uncle Thrain. His Uncle Thrain. A grizzled dwarf. His bushy white beard reached his chest. He's older than most of the miners. Maybe it's not actually his uncle. Taking him under his wing when he was just a young dwarf, the elder dwarf's eyes, twinkling with wisdom and concern, regarded me as a mixture of affection and worry. bite of the bread. Another day in the mines, uncle. Feels like the same day over and over again, doesn't it? He nodded, his voice as steady as the stone around them. It may seem that way, but remember, it's the work we do that keeps our people thriving. We may not see the world above, but our toil has its purpose. His breath hurried as he continued to eat. Sometimes I wonder if there's more to life than this. Softened, patched his shoulder. Dreams are important, they keep us going. Remember, not all that glitters is gold. The world above can be just as treacherous as wondrous. Okay, the random ChatGPT sentence where it just like summarizes. After breakfast, he made his way down to the mine shaft. After many years, it was a path he could traverse with his eyes closed. Carved by generations of dwarves. Okay, we don't have to say that it was a sensory experience. We can just list the senses. Boots echoed against the smooth stone floors. Air cooler and damper as he descended. Okay, those bioluminescent crystals. Were similar to the crystals. This bedroom, but a larger and brighter variety. As he approached the mine shaft, the smell of damp earth and minerals grew more pronounced. The very fabric of his being, a reminder of the world he called home. Mine shaft itself was a massive cavern, the ceiling high above, disappearing. Mine shaft opened up into a massive cavern because the mine shaft itself cannot be a cavern. ChatGPT, nice try. In the center of the cavern, a colossal drill bore into the rock, churning out ore with a deafening roar. Trap was a marvel of dwarven engineering, a testament to their ability to extract this bounty. Sparks flew as the drill's metal teeth bit into stone. The noise was overpowering. Do I need to say how it's powered? Is it like magic? Is it just like manual? Some guy's like grinding the drill. I don't know. I guess that doesn't need further explanation. Dwarves in various stages of readiness for their shifts scurried about, some clad in their mining gear like Hermie, others were still in the process of donning their gear. The cavern was a hive of activity, a symphony of clanking metal, the grinding of machinery. As Hermie arrived for his shift, he was met by three familiar faces. Gruff, the foreman of the mining operation, stood tall and stern. Tall for a dwarf, I don't know. Bushy eyebrows formed a permanent scowl. Morning, Hermie, he grumbled. Was he late? Okay, sure. His young coworkers and friends were busy fastening their helmets and adjusting their lanterns. I mean, his friends are still getting ready, so does it matter if he's late, if he's more ready than they are? Similar age to Hermie, and shared his dissatisfaction with their lives. I don't know if I should explicitly say the age that I wanted him to be and that he's like the equivalent of a human teenager. Did you sleep in today? detected a promising vein of mithril down there. Okay. Couldn't help but feel a glimmer of hope. Nope. Check that out. When there's like kind of a split in time, I like to do this. I should maybe do one of those up here, actually. Let's see. Getting out of bed, he went to his kitchen. Yeah, we can toss one in there. I don't know what you call this. It's just like when it transitions from one scene to another, I like to do that. They descended deeper into the mine shaft. Lanterns, yeah, this chapter is kind of boring. Maybe I'm going to skip right to the action of the cave-in and completely edit this out later on, but we'll leave it for now. Maybe pick some things out to include later on. Okay. Can you show how you would prompt ChatGPT for a non-fiction book? Something not 24 plus chapters. Doesn't exactly work for the kind of... Sure, we can stop doing this for now. Let me do this just to mark it so I know where to come back to. Edit from that down. I think there's... Oh, yeah, I got like a lot left in that chapter to edit. Okay, let's take a look. What can I write a nonfiction book about? Let's say the stock market, I guess. Okay. You're a world-class personal finance, similar to Dave Ramsey. Your task is to write a nonfiction book about the stock market for beginners. Please help start by creating... Okay, my face doesn't have to be that huge. Whoop. Please start by creating an outline. It should cover all of the basics that a beginner needs to know when first starting invest in the stock market. Okay, we can do that. Let me run this first and then I'll do a motivational one afterwards. I want my book to be at least 10 chapters, let's say 15 chapters long. Let's see what it says. Okay, so we get pretty good. Okay, so it says like chapter 1, understanding the stock market, setting financial goals, different kinds of investments, stock market basics, how to research, how to manage your risk, building a stock portfolio, taxes, investment strategy, short-term versus long-term, investment psychology. Yeah, that's pretty good. So you can turn that into a book. Motivation, let's see. I want to write a book about motivation, and I don't know if positive psychology is the thing that comes to mind. I'm just going to say it. Psychology and mindset. My goal is to become a big motivational speaker like Tony Robbins. Help me create an outline covering basics Motivation for someone who is brand new to the self-help / personal development genre. Let's create at least 10 chapters with several bullet points for each. Unleashing the power of motivation. Okay, what do we got? Unleash your potential, mastering motivation and the positive mindset. Introduction, the power of motivation and positive psychology, journey of personal development. Setting the stage for transformation, the science of motivation, understanding motivation, intrinsic versus extrinsic motivation, role of dopamine and rewards, growth mindset, embracing challenges and setbacks, importance of goals. Ooh, SMART. I like using the SMART framework. That's good. Visualization, overcoming fear and self-doubt, imposter syndrome, positive self-talk and affirmations, bouncing back from adversity, finding passion and purpose, building healthy habits. This looks like a pretty good overall thing. And then, yeah, so from here, it would be pretty much the same as fiction. So I'd be like, help me write my introduction based off these 3 points, expand it into like 300 words or whatever. And then same thing for this, understanding the science of motivation. Understand motivation and its significance. I'd ask it to expand this into like 5 different points. And then intrinsic, extrinsic motivation, I'd expand that into 5 different points. And then probably like dopamine could be its own entire chapter actually. But yeah, you start off by creating these short outlines, and then you just kind of like expand the points that it gives you into more and more complicated outlines, and then expand those points into full-blown chapters. Yeah, pretty much it. Yeah. So that is what I would do if I was creating prompts for a nonfiction book. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know what else. Okay, let's see. So I could be like, okay, go ahead and write chapter 3 for me. It should be these 3,000 words long, multiple subheadings. If you run out of room, I'll prompt to continue until you're done. Let's see what it does. Internal server error. Great. Okay. Try that again. Power of goal setting. Okay, so you got an introduction. Here's why goal setting is so important. I probably wouldn't number these, but yeah, you can just bold them and then probably put spaces between each of these. Motivation, progress, focus, confidence, types of goals, short-term, long-term, process goals, focus on the steps and actions you need to take to reach your desired outcome. I think I'd maybe call that something else. I've never heard of that before. Outcome goals. I feel like all goals should be outcome oriented, so that's a weird one. Personal development goals is kind of weird too. This is a good section that you definitely want to have, the SMART goals. That could be a whole chapter too. Importance of clarity. Define your why, break down complex goals. I would say even like into smaller goals specifically. visualize success, write it down, share your goals. Maintaining motivation, blah, blah, blah. It's a bit more of a gray area in terms of like copyright, though. I don't know how you would edit this to make it past the AI generated thing, or if you even need to, I'm not sure. I think as long as you disclose it and the information is good, you could pretty much put this into a book, but ideally you know enough about motivation and stuff to tell when it's like making up weird stuff like, I don't know what a process goal is. I feel like that shouldn't be there. But yeah, that's what I would do. Where are we? Going for an hour now. I will wait for any more questions. Otherwise, I'm probably going to end it and go to sleep. But thanks everybody for watching. Good stream. I think it's going to help really up my watch time if I stream every day. I'm probably going to stream myself during the day tomorrow, working through a couple more chapters during like a better time instead of at 11 p.m. Eastern. But yeah, that's about it. Did I say how many words I did? I guess I'm going to edit it down anyways, right? But let's see here. Real quick, how many words is my draft so far up to chapter 4? We're at like 9,000 words. Pretty cool. I think the NaNoWriMo goal is 50,000 words, but really, I think doing 30,000 is probably plenty. But yeah, that's how I would do a motivational book. Okay, we did my little bit of editing of my own book today. We did it generating a chapter. That's pretty good. I think I'll call it there. Thanks for watching, everybody. Why do I have a stop streaming and an end broadcast button? Which one should I press first? Who knows? Let's try this. Anyways, good night, and I will probably have more videos tomorrow. I think I'm going to have a video that's not related to NaNoWriMo. So that'll be cool, but